See that the new headline on his wonderful website has been changed to the Stuart Smalley character that Al Franken once played to mock gays with. That's right. Al Franken was well known for mocking gays with his Stuart Smalley character. And if you think that that's a light note, listen to his mocking voice. Play it.
I'm going to do a terrific show today because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. I suppose I'm such a success because my childhood was such a challenge.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Franny and I are so thrilled that we can finally celebrate this victory. And I'm so excited to finally be able to get to work for the people of Minnesota.
He means get to work on, not for. So now, as I said to you, Caligula took out one of the senators from the Roman Senate when he was dictator, and he said, you know, you're all a bunch of worthless fools. A horse would do as good a job. And he actually put a horse in the seat of the senator that he had disappeared. I think he sent him to the Meadowlands of New Jersey from Rome on a special delivery package. And he put a horse there. And now, of course, we put a horse's butt in the Senate in the form of this guy. It's unbelievable. A gay-bashing clown character is now a senator. Unbelievable to me. Las Vegas, Richard, you're on the Savage Nation. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you, bud. Hey, Al Franken, his whole career, he's never said anything as comical as what I just heard. He's a horse in the Senate.
No, of course not. Look, I'm going to talk about comedy for 1 minute. I'm a big television watcher. I need entertainment at night. And if I look at Showtime or I look at HBO and I see another comedian who simply gets up there and curses, puts down the church, puts down the family, puts down religion, puts down their parents, I understand it because they're all sick in the head. Have you recently seen a comedian that supports family values that does not use four-letter words on any of these channels? The answer is no. And that's because of the slime that run these channels. The fact of the matter is you don't have to resort to that kind of language in order to get people, you know, to tickle their funny bones, so to speak, Richard. Thanks for noticing. None of them are funny. They just use really, devious statements to attract your attention. That's all. Go ahead. What's the difference? I need music right now. My lungs hurt already from the show. Do you think I complain too much? I got to ask you something. I'm thinking about it. I'm doing like a lot of soul-searching. I realize that I'm very anguished about society, and I'm never pleased by anything. I'm starting to realize that if I were listening, I'd actually like the show more because of it, because you got to think about the dynamics of it. I take a risk by sharing with you my displeasures, right? On the other hand, you say, well, why would anyone listen to that? The answer is because they're filled with such displeasure in their daily life that they like to hear that I also experience it, even though I shouldn't. The point is I shouldn't. I do have everything. You know, I drive around in my car and I see various bumper stickers. Some of them are like these self-help bumper stickers. I almost did a dyslexic thing, a help-self thing, a self-help thing, which say, what are you grateful for? And it stops you in your tracks. So sometimes when I'm lying in bed grousing about how miserable my life is, I say to myself, what am I grateful for? And I have a big list of what I'm grateful for. And it stops me. It's not bad. Some of this self-help, pseudo-Christian stuff is pretty good. I like it. And it works for me, but it doesn't stop me from complaining. For example, if I go to a restaurant, I move tables several times. Do I do it for effect? No. I do it for reasons that make sense. I mean, like last night I went to a local restaurant, and it was pretty empty. I come in, the table's there. Right away I see two things I don't like, and I ask Mrs. F to move with me. She's used to it, of course. Why did I move? Because behind her in the other booth to her head, the back of her head, was an older guy, younger woman, lovey-dovey, showing it couple. I didn't want to listen to them. I saw the bottle of wine. I saw the swirling of the glass from the trailer park trash that he picked up somewhere and he already turned into the second missus. I didn't want to watch it. To my left was a loud older couple that I knew were just getting dessert, and they were gassed up on the wine. I knew with 2 glasses of cheap wine and the sugar, I didn't stand a chance to digest so much as a pinto bean. I moved. Am I wrong for expressing this to you? Am I wrong for moving? The answer is no. I have to move tables in a restaurant to get where I want to sit, or I don't want to go. It's not that I'm doing it to be difficult. Do you do that as well? Does anyone else live this way, or am I the only one on earth who does this in a restaurant? Number two, the children, thank God for them, made it to adulthood. They're adult children. I want to thank God that they did get this far. But they knew by the time they were a certain age, like 8 or 9, that when we checked into a hotel on vacation, they knew that whatever room we were given was only the first room. They didn't even unpack their bag after a few years. They would put the bag in the room and say, Dad, we'll be back in a while. Let us know what room you're actually going to be in. Because inevitably, the first room was no good. It's what hotels do to families. They hate families. There's a secret. They hate families. They hate traditional families. And inevitably, the snotty bell clerk, or whoever it was, desk guy, they always gave us a room either next to construction. I would call from thousands of miles away. Is it a quiet room? Yes, sir. Is there any ongoing construction? No, sir. Have you sprayed the room with pesticides, perfume, or any other pungent components before we get there, because we all don't want to? No, sir. We understand it's a scent-free room. Anything else, sir? Whatever you ask for, they give you the opposite. So I'd get there. Next door would be heavy construction with a pile going in right out the window. The room would have been sprayed by somebody from another country for whom a room must smell like a cat house in Tijuana on a July day. And, of course, and then to top it all off, there'd usually be some kind of stain of a bodily fluid underneath the bed cover when you pulled back. That happened to me, I swear to you. I told you about it. We went to Cancun last winter. End room, good air, everything fine. I knew something was wrong. I pulled back the bed cover. It looked like the horse's head from The Godfather had been removed prior to my arrival. Is there any wonder I moved?
Savage. The Savage Nation.
Takes the news and tears it apart and puts it back together in a way that I can understand it.
Talk 910 KNEW.
It is the Savage Nation, 1-800. You know the number. I forgot the number already. It's a lot. There's a lot of news. I realize you don't know it because if you turn the television on, all you see is the king of pill popping and his entourage. It's astounding to me how dumb the people are in the media. I have never seen anything like it. This is the epitome of the end of news, what we see going on. And considering, in other words, that there's big news going on in the world, the kids in Iran being beaten, tortured, killed, and jailed. That's a dead story because Obama didn't want it covered. North Korean ship changing course today, not covered because Obama is again a failure on that department. The biggest story from my point of view is that Hillary and Obama have sided with, well, how can I say it? Evil communists. Fidel Castro, mass murderer Fidel Castro, Hugo Chavez, overt communist. They're on the same track, same side as them with regard to Honduras. That's such a giveaway of where they're coming from and how they have never abandoned their Leninist inclinations, in my opinion. But there's only so much a few of us in the media can do. I'm not alone. Thank God there are others doing a fairly good job. And without them, there'd be nothing left. And that's why I know this illegitimate government will go after all of us, one after the other. Now, I was targeted first because I am the most outspoken, and I'm sure that that's who sent these condemning outtakes from my shows out of context to England and got me on the UK ban list. And for those of you who have supported the Michael Savage Defense Fund, again, I want to reiterate, this case is ongoing. My lawyers are working. I am feverishly working to get my name off the list. I have not yet decided to pull the trigger on the lawsuit. That may or may not happen in the near future, but we're working around the clock on this issue. I want to get my name off the list, not only for my sake, but primarily for my sake. But I'm warning you that if they get away with taking an innocent man like me and putting me on a least desirable list with known Hamas murderers, you're next. I'm telling you, you in the media who listen to this show, you're going to be next. They're going to go after us one after the other. And I'm pretty sure that it's the Obama administration itself because, and the reason I say that, I gave the State Department, Hillary Clinton in particular, an opportunity to cross party lines, to do the right thing, to walk across the aisle and say, you know what, I don't like a thing that Michael Savage says, but I'm the Secretary of State. He had no reason, they had no reason to condemn him like this because we believe in freedom of speech. After all, that's what President Obama talks about every day, freedom of speech. So therefore, we're going to move heaven and earth to get Michael Savage's name cleared in the UK. Hillary Clinton did not even respond to the letter. Yes, some subaltern in the State Department made some minor moves and nothing happened. So you've got to understand that although I'm first, I'm not last. You're going to be next. Those of you who had the opportunity to step up to the plate and be heard on the freedom of speech, you hemorrhoid, you golfer, you wallbanger, shame on you, because you're going to be next. I can guarantee it. But let's go on to other stories. The Madoff victims, the fact that they have seated the comedian Al Franken in the Senate. These are very big stories, and I think that they're worthy of talking. New York City, Joseph, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Yes, I believe that the SEC and the U.S. government are complicit in the Madoff scam, and therefore they are financially responsible.
Well, hold on now. Let's start from the top. I know that your opinion is not yours alone. When you say the SEC is responsible, you mean the taxpayer, don't you?
I mean government employees working for the...
Well, wait. But